So, in this last chapter of part two, it's about consumerism, the need we have, the technologies that we use, and about advertisement and lifestyle. And it's a very interesting aspect of sociology as well to understand and to have a picture of in our lives. And so that's what the last chapter is going to go through. Um, the way we live and organize our lives is what makes technology important and as at the same time makes us available as consumers of goods and technologies. And so this circle is related in different ways. We have constructed a way of living or gotten to get used to a way of living that we do want to keep on going with or developing. And so the look on technology becomes very important for us because when we get new technologies, that makes different things more available than they were before. And so in that way, we develop in our lifestyle or change or can relax some more or achieve more. And that's why our search for new technologies that can help us make life easier or better or deeper and get us more quality out of life has become much important. At the same time, these kind of technologies makes other technologies obsolete. And so when new things hit in, like we can get a new kind of motor-driven cars who doesn't have a motor at all and very electronic equipment that does not have anything to do with the old type of mechanical expertise that was needed. Well, that comes more and more out of the picture, and the new ways become the things that is needed. And so, with the technology development, we also develop new skills, and others get lost in the same process that we are doing so. And so, life is like the daily life is like circled around things we want to achieve to have a certain kind of lifestyle. That's what sociology calls it. And by achieving that lifestyle and those technologies with it, we also change our lifestyle. And by achieving something new, we lose something else that has been important before. And that seems also like a common sense case that, well, our needs will shift with the technologies, and the technologies will make some old needs unneeded and all skills exchanged for some new and better ones that is more needed in the time. At the same time, we are target for what's called consumerism and advertisement because when somebody who want to profit on us and the companies who want to gain something out of having you with them on board or buying what you can get to, they want you to buy their special product, and that's why they try to tap in that certain lifestyle of yours or using that technology that is come available to make it easier for them to catch your attention. And I think we all have several examples of that. So they have always to try and get your attention, but they will also need to convince you that what they are selling is a good thing for your life. It will improve your health, it will make life easier, it will give you better quality, you will help save the globe. So they will try to tap in either your personal and egoistic needs or else maybe your community needs, status in society, the symbolism in what you're getting, and or that you are doing a favor by buying this or going on this product because you are saving the globe, or maybe you are helping farmers far away to get a better life by paying for their product or getting it into your household. And so that consumerism is a big issue, of course, but it's related to our needs and our inner satisfaction or dissatisfaction. We have needs and lust. There is something we're striving for to get psychologically, and we want to achieve it in the life around us in order to get satisfied. And so out of that comes that relation with those who are selling us the products and the people who profit on it. And so it is an exchange, as we said earlier. It's a kind of transaction built on interest and is rational in many ways. It's not built on friendship or understanding or family. It's more built or on love, but it's built on that the two parties are getting something out of this. You're getting a good that you really wanted, that will improve your life, your health, your work, your lifestyle, and they are getting what they want out of you, your money, or a part of your company, or whatever it is the deal is about. And so when we are grown into that, they say, in that lifestyle that we want to achieve, and we maybe feel that we are losing it or cannot uphold it, then we do whatever we need to do to satisfy that need, and sometimes it takes over, and there we get the balances of the scale, and two polars and a balance in the scale. It's like on one edge of the scale, you can see the product, and in the other end of the chain of the chain, you see the consumer. And in the middle of the scale is like, what's the value of this for you, and what's the value of this for the product owner? And so sometimes it tips. The value becomes so high that the person who want to achieve it for his lifestyle is or not able to. And so it becomes a privilege for the people who have the access and resources to get through to it. And at other times, they become more available to larger groups of people, especially when they started getting outdated or newer models has come out. And then more and more people can have access to these goods that in the beginning were limited to the privileged people. Sometimes a product comes out and is available for the big masses all at once, because that's the idea behind it. And so there is the scale of the product and the consumer, and then you have the value of it in the middle. And it's all about how information and manipulation and the way of leading you to believe in that product, that is also an interesting part of what sociology is trying to look into. How do they appeal to the human psyche and identity, personality, and where you are in life by appealing to your needs? And so to use my outdated Pepsi bottles here, I always imagine that reclame from the guy or the woman in the desert who is very sweaty and really needs to relax for some moments during a work day or a long journey, and then opens that Pepsi and the gas come bubbling out, and it's so thrilling in the throat, and you just can feel it. And I have done that many times when I have been in the warm countries, to just have that sensation, and it is a sensation that follows it. And so you get related to that, and it becomes part of your lifestyle in many ways. But then you maybe discover that this is not good for your health. And so you have somebody else trying to make you buy another type of product called Pepsi Max. It's not far away from the original one at all, but they try to make you buy Pepsi Max because that one is better for your health. And so when you do that, it's like you are doing the better thing. Still maybe the same company gaining out of it, but it could as well be somebody totally different who is tapping in your lifestyle and consumerism mentality that we have gotten into because of the flow of money in the middle class especially. And so we have to make decisions and prioritizations of what to buy and what not to buy, what we can buy, what we can't buy, and how all this is related to our private and social appearance in many ways. So it becomes also symbolic. Part of who we are is what we have and what we can get to. And that in its own way makes our lifestyle a kind of a market for products, and the products a market for our lifestyle, because that's what we get like connected into, and all that becomes part of our identity, and our identity will be bound up on these consumerism issues that we have around us. And so they get not only a value as a product, but they become symbolic in their meaning, to show what we are, who we are, in the way we are living. And that's what it's about, talking about consumerism and the market behind it. And it is the feeling that you are really getting more than you are paying for, and you're gaining your freedom or maybe a new status. It's like becoming something new or different or entirely. And that's what we can also look at it from a critical perspective in sociology, see that we become enslaved to, or maybe very much in debt, because we need to achieve these things, otherwise it will reflect negatively on us and our lifestyle. And so we want to uphold that lifestyle and that facade and that ability, even though we can't. And so we want to stand shoulder to shoulder with those people that we look up to and see has the privileges, and we try to achieve that as much as possible. And when we can't, well, we are satisfied achieving what we can on the level of our own community and the own layer and group that we belong to in that society. That raises the question that has already maybe come to the mind of whoever is listening. It has already been on my mind since I started talking about this, and that is, what is it that we really want to achieve, and who is really defining that its importance? It's the people who has the money. And so here in sociology, they start looking at that it can lead to frustration among those people who cannot achieve what is needed to be part of that most high and privileged group of people that we are all looking to achieve as a lifestyle. And so some people turn away in that frustration to a total different way of lifestyle and values, and gets out of that mentality of consumerism and go to minimalism, or go to a kind of a lifestyle that is hooked on a lot of different other ways that becomes a new lifestyle. And minimalism has been like one of the major known issues in this area, that you only have minimal stuff and only what you need, and everything that you don't need, surplus, you throw it out and you put it out of your life. And that becomes the defining element on how you live, and thereby breaking that chain of consumerism in your mind, that you have to get this. Every neighbor got it, you have to get it. Your wife will be telling you, your son and daughter will be saying, and everybody around you, even the people who maybe are in your same age, say, haven't you got the newest mobile phone yet? Or why is your TV so old? And so on. And so by breaking this, you go to a total different lifestyle of a kind of minimalism, or I believe it's called, in religious terms, it's ascetic way of life. It means you are looking more to the next life than this life, and looking more to gain the love in this life. The real value is not the material one, but the one that materializes between people, and in the connection between us and nature, and us and each other and ourselves and the God, or the whatever is behind this life. And so in that way, you're shifting your focus away from that, and that doesn't go well with those people in the market. So most of the time, we get to this situation where these many frustrated people can end into either minimalism and this asceticism, or a kind of criminality to achieve that goal, as they say many times, and have learned the kids in many places in the suburban areas of many nations, well, die rich, or go become rich, or die trying. And that has been a famous quote of one of the known influencers of this 20th century. And so many kids will have this idea in their head, well, I will not stay in that status quo that I'm in, and accept my social status. I will go become that star on the sky, or become that person who is influencing everyone and has all the money and all the goods available, or else I will die trying. So we get two lines of differentiation here. And so all the rest who are not going either this way or the other, but keeping to get what they can, accepting that, well, I'm from this layer of society, I can't afford what all these privileged people can, but I can afford some things. And so it becomes what you can afford according to your own layer. But the problem with this is that it becomes tautology, as they say here in the book. And that means that the same word that you are going to use to make a definition of something is the same word and the same word that's explaining it. And so in that way, if you use it in consumerism, the people who have the money and the access to the goods and can go about buying everything they want, they will also define what's the most important. So when you find somebody walking with a Rolex watch or a Citizen watch or whatever they are called today, this jungle market of watches, it's because this person who has bought it for so much money gave it a value that's over credited, over important. But it becomes part of that show off, as they say, or that symbolism in his lifestyle that is becomes so important and becomes so unavailably valuable to show who he is, what he can do, and that you other people cannot do. And so everyone will go trying to buy a copy or do something similar to say, well, I'm not there, but I'm in the league, or I am getting there. And so this opens also the question of who is really defining how our lifestyle should be and what we are chasing. And at the same time, many people cannot feel they can leave that alone, and they do not want to chase to minimalism or go to asceticism, so they end in borrowing money or going to criminality. And so we get new troubles in society because of this new mentality that the market and the consumer, the product and the person buying it, has given it of value. And so it all becomes part of new problems in the modern society that maybe has always been in all societies, but becomes more visible as there are many people, many consumers, and a lot of goods to consume at the same time. It is all visible because of social media. And so even though you feel like you are equal to go to the market and buy the products, there is a deep inequality in what you can get. And that will define who you are and which lifestyle you have and which group you belong to. So in the end, this race for the lifestyle and consumerism and identifying yourself with happiness in what you are getting and what you can have on your shelf can also lead to deep inequalities sociology has been talking about, and also a kind of discrimination, or as we said before, it can end up in even criminality and ways of life that really is beyond the borders of the law, because people are trying to achieve something they know they would never be able to achieve otherwise. And so to sum up, we are basically part of a life where we have our identity bound to products, market, technology, and lifestyle. And it's an interaction and an exchange that has the target to make us satisfied and tap into our needs, and that makes us consumers of a certain thing or good or type of food or clothes or whatever we need to consume and be part of to satisfy the needs that's actually not our true needs, but the needs of how the culture has given it value and the symbolism of it. And so it becomes as important as the necessary goods, and maybe even more important for some people that they go wrong in prioritizing. And so like people who are hooked on drugs and alternative medicines and all that can put aside their basic needs for food and for shelter because they need that other thing. The same goes sometimes for people who get to the extreme in this consumerism that, well, I have to get it, otherwise life is not worth it.